Okay, what team stands a better chance of advancing in Champions League? Is it Aston Villa or Arsenal? Just for reference, Aston Villa go up against PSG. Arsenal go up against Real Madrid.
Okay. It's interesting because when we think of the Premier League, especially, definitely in the last like 3-4 years, it's added up, the TV money, it's the toughest league in the world, and blah, blah, blah. But when Arsenal get drawn against a Real Madrid, it's like, even Aston Villa against PSG, it's like they start shaking in their boots a little bit. It's like, hey, okay, I thought, if these leagues are quote unquote weaker than ours, why are fans like a little bit timid, a little bit nervous about this? Real Madrid obviously makes a lot of sense.
They've won it 15 times. Arsenal's never won it. It's like the one sort of thumb in our side. What is that? Thorn in our side.
Yeah.
It's a difficult thing, especially if you remember.
No striker.
As an Arsenal fan, remember
is
the old.
Is Mikel Merino gonna, show up and be the number 9?
They did score 7 against PSV, but a different level of competition, obviously. And same thing goes for Aston Villa. Club Brugge is not the same level of competition as they're about to face in PSG.
Right. So who's gonna get further?
Who stands a better chance?
Look, I'm going to have to say Aston Villa who stand a better chance, only because I overall, I still think PSG win over these 2 legs. I still think they have to be the favorite. Just because we saw what they did against Liverpool. They look good. They're just a very young team. But I would argue Aston Villa, a pretty young team as well. They have ballers that I think are going to give PSG some problems, specifically players like Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers, those two, even maybe not as much Tielemans, but there's a couple guys that I think will impress and give the PSG defenders a little bit of trouble. And they also have obviously a very good goalkeeper in Emi Martinez. So I'll say, I think if Aston Villa beats PSG, that I would argue that that's an upset, but I think they have a better chance of doing it than Arsenal against Real Madrid.
Yeah, I could see PSG slipping more. Like, I could see Ousmane Dembele missing a couple chances and, maybe Bradley Barcola missing another, one-on-one with the keeper. Something of those nature. More than I could see Real Madrid slipping. And I think Aston Villa have not just a more unified team. They have less injuries that they're dealing with in Arsenal. Yeah. And Unai Emery has spent more time in these types of competitions, has been more successful in these type of competitions than Mikel Arteta. That said, I think Arsenal have had a better season. So part of me thinks that maybe that levels it off just a little bit more. You know what I mean? They have more readily available talent. Whether they show up or not is up to, every week, apparently.
They're so depleted. That's really the biggest issue.
Saka should be coming back soon. I don't know if he'll come back in time for the matches against Real Madrid, but he should be coming back soon. There's more pieces. It just feels to me like this is maybe a season where Arsenal maybe have one more round in them. And I feel like Aston Villa has done already more than anyone expected.
But then if Arsenal are able to get past Real Madrid, that would be
ridiculous.
That would be just one of the biggest stories in footballing history.
Right. I think this is pretty even. I think it's 50-50, really.
Between
to answer the question,
not between Arsenal and Real Madrid.
No.
It's
it feels like a David and Goliath, but it's not really. But to your point earlier,
but again, if Kai Havertz is not injured, then I'd say
Saka's
Arsenal
not injured.
They have a real shot. Anything could happen across 2 legs, but it is those runs that Vinicius is gonna make, that Mbappe is gonna make.
I don't know who's gonna play.
Who's gonna
right back?
It's just defending those is gonna be so complicated. And again, Arsenal, they hold on to the ball. They're passing around the box, and it's like they're gonna have to be so perfect, not just offensively, but defensively. And it's just both of those sides of the ball working out across 2 games against Real Madrid. I just don't see it with how they've been playing.
Yeah, I think both are going to be tough, to be honest with you. But I wanted to say Arsenal because I'm an Arsenal fan, even though I'm wearing a PSG hat.
So yeah, look, we're gonna have to think Aston Villa has a better chance
But I
against
think
PSG.
both PSG and Real Madrid are favorites, obviously.
Sure.
Yeah.
But no, I would say PSG not by that much over Aston Villa. PSG, I think, could.
They literally just took out Liverpool.
Yeah, but still, it's not. They're still PSG. That's the problem, right? They still have
the ghosts.
The ghosts of all the Champions League past and all that disappointment. Even though the team looks sharp, it's just I just think Aston Villa. They are Asensio and Marcus Rashford seems to be this duo. I never thought.
Yeah, what a scrabble they put together, man.
I didn't think they'll be best buds out there, but they're having a great time. So so we'll see what happens for the rest of these champions. Yeah, put it in the comments. Shout out to everybody watching on OneFootball. We are the Cooligans. If you'd like to follow us and watch more of us, the link is in the description. You can subscribe to our channel as well. All right, we'll see you next time. One footy.
Peace.